Hello, everyone. Kim and Terry here once again. And today we were really inspired to talk about two things that we all have the choice of being, which is powerful and pathetic. But you cannot be both of those things at the same time. You always have a choice. This is something that Terry, my mom, said to me years ago, like, pick. You can't be powerful and pathetic at the same time. So what are you going to be? Like,
in this moment, choose.
Are you going to be at the mercy of the world and at the mercy of someone else's doing or hand or movement or whatever? Or are you in control of your experience and that power? And so 333.
Of course.
And so this is like a really profound topic to discuss, especially right now with everything that's going on. I know a lot of people are feeling like, oh my God, I'm just at the mercy of this COVID situation and the circumstances and like all like everything that's going on in the world in general.
Well, you get bombarded, right, with the external that's happening and feeling the energetics of the situation and the collective or however you want to phrase it. But so you do even still have choices in that to succumb to it or not. And it can waver back and forth. Oh God, that's my battery.
Welcome back.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So let's talk. I mean, how do you want to start? How do you really want to get into this?
Well, I just want to look at the words for a second. You know, like, let's just look at the words. Like when you think of the word or you say the word out loud, powerful. All right. So what happens to you on the inside? What happens to your body? Even your stance can change. Like when words are powerful, right? Spells, right? So it is very important to choose your words carefully. And that also goes along with your thought process. So even if you're not saying it out loud, you still could be thinking in one direction or the next. But think about the word powerful. Like, what does that mean to you when you hear the word powerful? What defines it for you?
I am totally in control of my experience. I'm powerful. I'm strong. I'm grounded. Yeah. I mean, you probably have more words, but
I looked a few of them up. Like impressive, strong, mighty, forceful.
Yeah.
Those kinds of connotations.
Not a victim, which would be the opposite.
So then how do you feel, like your stance wise, if you say powerful and then you're feeling that powerful?
Obviously, you feel
what
powerful.
does that do to your body, right? Like it changes and then when you think of the opposite, which is pathetic, like what happens to you? Like, do you like kind of want to just shrink over a little bit because you're thinking about victim mode? Like that word to me is like submission to, like, you have no control. You're at
the mercy of
whatever. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it changes how you can catch yourself too, right? You could, and it's okay. You can because there's so much going on. So sometimes it just happens, right? You just it's like hopeless, or, you know, that's just it. That's just the way it's going to be. And it's just like, you know, how do you get out of this? And then you can shift and you go, no, I have the power. I have the control. I can, no matter what's going on, I can decide how I'm going to think about this.
Wait, is it in the end of The Wizard of Oz with her red shoes and she like taps them? She's like, you had
You've had the power
all along, dear.
Actually, that's the last sentence in the book.
Yeah, you've had the power all along.
You've had the power all along. Right, exactly. Yeah, it's amazing. It's beautiful. And it's true though.
Yeah.
We do. We just have to remember that we do.
And we have to be conscious, we have to remember, and we choose in every moment. And like you're talking about the power of words, powerful, pathetic.
Yeah.
It shifts. Like if you're feeling a certain way, all the energy within you is probably feeling that way. And so you can make a conscious shift into one space or another. And so if we are consistently choosing powerful, what do we think that's going to create in our reality? Complete power over our circumstances.
And
If
let me ask
we
you
have
this.
the power, we do.
Let me ask you this. What comes first? Do you feel the emotion or the feeling? Isn't emotion energy in motion? So when you hear that or feel that, what's first? Is it your thought that drives it, that creates the emotion? Or is it the feeling and the emotion first, and then your brain kicks in and you start thinking in that direction?
I think that the emotion is probably a trigger caused by external circumstances or a thought, but then it compounds and spirals into either positive, which in power, which is usually not automatic. That's not our programming in this experience, not our natural default programming. It's usually the opposite, which is the negative, and then you spiral into more of that feeling because your mind is taking you down that road.
So is it like
which is also not the present
feeling
moment.
Like the
Which is also not the present moment, because you're thinking.
That's correct.
You're thinking in the future because of
yeah. So the feeling could potentially trigger the thought, and then the thought triggers the emotion, energy in motion, which kicks the action in, and then you get your results. So it's just interesting when you break it down like that, just to see the schematics of the entire thing. Like, and that works in any direction, like with any feeling, with any thought, right? It's going to take you down that next road.
You know, it's so, yeah. And it's so cool now after practicing this.
Yeah.
Because it's been years now. And I think, but consciously practicing it and it being more natural has been like probably in the past year and a half or so.
Right.
And while allowing the feelings to come through to clear things that need to, our emotions are our messengers. But in that, I still know when I feel a certain way, I'm not at the mercy of this experience. I'm not at the mercy of this feeling. I'm not pathetic. I am powerful. In any moment, I can shift my energy, and thus I can shift the experience.
But our cells,
completely counter to what like snowball I would have otherwise put myself on.
So because our cells remember, like there's a pattern to it all. And so you're, by being mindful and by stopping yourself and saying, no, it doesn't have to go this automatic way, right? We can stop it and redirect it. And so where at one point you might have that hopeless, that pathetic, that unworthiness, that whatever, the minute you start to sense that that's coming up or your thought triggers it and you're being mindful, right? You can stop and embrace it. Thank you. Like, because it's actually an amazing blessing that you're actually seeing this, right? You're seeing it, because if you don't see it, you don't know and you can't adjust it.
Yeah.
So that's the very fact that you see it and you recognize it and you can go, okay.
And it's okay to feel it, like to feel pain or to feel frustration or to feel anger, and like let it move through you, but don't become it, and then make your choice, make your decision, because in every moment we are choosing how we wish to be. We are not at the mercy of the external or even our internal anything. We have complete power, although we do at times choose to be, it's almost sometimes easier to blame the outside and the external, it is, and especially like for most experiences, it is easier to blame the external than to say what in me is bringing this up. What part have I played in this experience, and in not being a victim to
And
the experiences.
Herein lies the secret to it all. You're taking responsibility for your own little self, right? You're not
so scary in there. It's so much easier to blame everyone else.
Oh my God, I know.
Scary in there.
It takes
but
so
once
much.
it's clear, once you don't become it, you let it move through, and you clear and heal those experiences, that the belief systems and everything that cause that pain in the first place, whether it's your doing or
Absolutely.
growing up or multi-generational or ancestral or societal, whatever it is, you have the power to be powerful and not be pathetic and be at the mercy of everything else.
You have the control.
You have the control.
You have the ability to drive that. Yeah. And that is really the ultimate secret, is knowing that you don't have to be influenced. Yes, it's not like you're not just ignoring what's going on in your external
bypassing
world,
anything.
but you're not at all, not at all. But you are choosing, and you are taking responsibility for your response.
Yeah.
And also maybe lack of. Yeah. In that, not beating yourself up because you didn't, and it's okay. Like if you end up, we all do it. My God, like we're in these human bodies. So you're going to have those moments where it's like, what the hell, right? And that's okay. It's okay to experience that, as long as you know that you have the ability to shift it.
And what I feel has been so supportive for me in coming into the knowing and the trust of my own guidance and my own knowing that I do have the control and the power over my experience has been support and tribe. And like, thank God we have each other, because if we didn't, I think we'd probably be like, what the f is happening?
I know.
But everyone out there, like, you all have a tribe too. And obviously if you don't have people that are supporting you in a way that is for your highest and best good, like misery does love company. And let's just be real. Like some people are not that, a lot of people are really not that helpful in helping you to actually have a different experience rather than the same experience. Because the same experience, well, that's justification. Like if everyone's having the same freaking experience, then you're justified in your experience, right? Or if people aren't getting to where they want to be, or on mission or in purpose and like being fulfilled and in bliss in life, it's much easier to just say, oh, let's justify our own not being in total happiness and total bliss and total power and control over our lives by, like going back and forth with other people who are having, or keeping people limited so that they're not going too far out of the comfort zone of the person that they're connecting with. So,
well, that opens up a whole nother category, because you're shining a light on blah 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 blah. But
so that's probably the next conversation.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a really good one. So I think we will do that. But I really feel like just saying, like we really feel like in doing these videos and connecting with community and like creating community, we want to help be support for those who really want to see and experience and move into a different phase of life. And so you have support. If it's not us, find someone else or some other experience or community or tribe that is going to support you in doing things differently, because you don't have to settle for being pathetic, for being at the mercy of the world, for being at the mercy of others. You are totally powerful in your sense of your authentic beingness, and you have complete control over your earthly experience and beyond.
And what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Which is what is happening for the most part. So if you don't want that, then connect with us, connect with somebody else who can help you get there. But our greatest desire for you is to be able to live in your authenticity and your power, and to just live the lush Eden of earth that we know is, and that's another subject as well. But with that, I think we'll stop it here. But thank you all so much for being with us, and please connect, comment. We want to interact, and really looking forward to being with you all soon.
Absolutely. Bye. Thank you. Bye.